Okay, so this is going to be the third and the final video where we talk about how we teach our dog to be calm and collected in the kennel. The first couple of videos we talked about the basics, and this one we're going to talk about the steps to the final, to the end line, finish line. Can't speak right now. All right, so once we got to the point where the dog will stay inside the kennel with the door open calmly for up to 2 hours, we're going to repeat the whole process. Except for once the dog lays down, instead of letting the dog out 15 seconds later, as soon as the dog lays down, we're going to wait about 15 seconds or so, let him be nice and relaxed. Then we're going to get up and we're going to close the door like this. Now, I'm not going to actually latch the door. And you notice when I did that, she got up. Because she thinks, oh, now the human's going to leave me. So we had to practice it the first one with the door open. Now we're practicing with the door closed but not latched. And once she LAYs, then I'm going to wait 15 seconds, then 30 seconds, then 45. And I'm going to gradually work my way back up to 2 hours again. Now when I get to the point where we can get 2 hours with the door closed, then we're going to move to the next stage with the door closed and latched. And we're going to do the same thing. Now, as you progress this, the first time you have to go 5 seconds, 10, 20. You have really short iterations. By the time you get to the second or third stage where you're closing the door, not latching, or closing it and latching it, you're going to find you're going to take bigger jumps than you don't have to go 15, 30, 45s. But each dog is going to be unique. So find a pattern that your dog can accommodate. And if possible, what a lot of people do is they actually put their cell phone, or if you have a security camera, and watch it on your computer. So that way you can see and hear the dog if it starts to whine after 30 minutes or whatever. Like, okay, we can't go from 20 to 30 minutes, we have 20 to 25. But the idea is we want the dog to practice being completely calm in there while you're home. Now, we've repeated the process, one with the door open up to 2 hours, then one with the door closed but unlatched to 2 hours, then we've done it closed and latched to 2 hours. The next stage, and the final stage in this, is to close the door. After the dog lays down, we close the door, latch it, wait for the dog to lay down again, then we're going to get up and we're going to walk outside the door. And I'm going to walk out your front door so the dog can hear you. And you just walk out, close the door, wait a count of 5, come back inside. And if the dog is whining and ampy, don't say anything. Just ignore the dog. Come back and sit maybe here or wherever close to proximity of the dog. If the dog won't settle down, you might have to leave the room. But eventually we want to wait for the dog to calm down like this. And then what I'm going to do is come and open the door. And I'm going to be ready to block. But she's staying calm. So once she's nice and calm, then I can give her the, here, come. Come. And then she can leave the kennel nice and calm. Now when you start leaving, that's going to be more difficult. That's why we have to master this first and have the dog nice and calm. But then when we get to the point where the first time you go out the door, it's maybe 5 seconds. Next time it's 10 seconds. And when you get to the point where you're like outside the front door for a minute or two, then you want to start doing the garage door like you would normally leave. And then I would grab your purse. And there are things that people do that are called triggers that let the dog know what we're about to do. So you put your shoes on a specific place. You do it at a certain time of the day. You grab the jingle of your keys. You grab your purse. You grab your sunglasses. What I would do is break each of those steps down individually. So first, we're going to grab the keys, open the garage door, press the garage door button, close the door to the garage, the door that goes in the house, and then open the door to the car and slam it. But we're not going to start it. We're just going to add some of those elements. And then gradually we're going to add more and more until it's realistic and you're grabbing all the stuff and the dog's hearing all the sounds, hearing the door slam, the car start, the car leave the garage door close, the house get quiet. And we're going to basically keep on doing that until we get up to that 2 hour mark of you being gone. And that's where having the security camera really helps for this. When you get to the point where your dog will stay calm in the kennel with you left for 2 hours, and we've gotten there gradually, after 2 hours, you should be home free. The dog will be comfortable with the kennel. That's how we get our dog to be completely relaxed and comfortable inside the kennel.